Welcome back. Well, now in this unit 3, we're going to talk all about creation. And we're going to look at it from two perspectives, from the perspective of theology and from the perspective of the natural sciences. But first, let's just review Unit 2, some of the main ideas. We discussed how discussions about science and theology today are influenced by past interactions between the two. And we'll also see that that's true in this unit. Also, that science and theology should be seen in a positive relationship. And indeed, that was been true at various times in history, and we'll see also how this can be true today when we talk about creation. And these past interactions can illustrate how much context matters. But again, we'll come to this main idea that science is not philosophy. And so from science, we cannot deduce philosophical conclusions. And this is particularly important as we try to understand how science and theology are related. So this is an overview of this unit. First of all, we'll look at a biblical perspective, look at the first 3 chapters of Genesis and what they tell us about creation and the world that we live in. Secondly, we'll talk about Big Bang cosmology, about what physics says about the history of the universe. And then we'll talk about the anthropic principle. And this suggests that the universe is sort of designed for us to live in. And finally, we'll really talk about the wonders of the world of biology. So these are the main ideas. The first is that the doctrine of creation is not primarily a history of material origins. Creation is more about the nature of reality, of humanity and God's purposes for the world. And Genesis is largely about theology and not about science. It answers the questions, who are we and what is our purpose? And key concepts we see there are the Imago Dei, that humans are made in the image of God, and the Sabbath. Now, science says the universe began 13.7 billion years ago. And we'll look at what the scientific evidence for that is and what that does and doesn't mean for theology. And we'll see that Big Bang cosmology, and particularly fine-tuning and the origins of the universe, that raises theological questions. And finally, we'll see how biology is testimony to the beauty of God's creation and to the power of science, which is a gift from God. So let's proceed.